Hi, Diaz here. In today's video, we're going to demonstrate how to set up multiple sounds for use in a church environment with the use of performances. So a lot of users have been asking how to set up multiple sounds that can play simultaneously inside the Juno-DS, but more aimed at a church environment. So we're going to choose a couple of sounds and demonstrate how to layer them and save them within a performance. My Juno-DS is on and currently it's in patch mode. A quick reminder, patch mode will only allow you to play one sound at a time. So we need to go to performance mode. So I'm going to press patch performance button. And as you see on the top left of the screen, it now says performance. Now currently the Juno-DS is using a preset. So I know right away we're going to want to create users. So I'm going to cursor over to highlight preset, and now I'm going to go to user, and I'm just going to set it on user 001. Now there is something there from a previous video, so I might go ahead and let's cursor over and find the new one. There we go. An initialized performance. First off, before you start creating performances, be it for any type of genre or playing situation, I highly suggest sitting down, going through sounds, and writing down on a piece of paper, analog, and knowing what sounds you want to use. That'll make the process a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to let's use 3 sounds. So one way I can do this is I can just come into here and I can go through my parts. When you're inside the performance mode of the Juno-DS, I can use up to 16 parts. And what do I mean by parts? Think of it as each part is a potential keyboard and or keyboard sound. So it's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to part 1, and I might choose for that first one maybe that good old JVEP, which sounds something like this. Okay, so I might use that one for part 1. I might then cursor back up to go to part 2, and I might say, you know what, I need some kind of string or orchestral type of sound. So I might use the strings. And now let's go cursor back up to part 3, and I might use some kind of pad. So now we've chosen all 3 sounds, and just so you can see, here's part 3, which is that chorus. Here is part 2. And part 1. Now how do we combine them together? Very easy. So I'm going to press the menu button. I'm going to select edit, press enter, and I'm going to go into performance edit. Great. So as you can see here in this patch area, there are my 3 patches: the JVEP, the strings, and the chorus. And if we look at this column right here, you see that's the keyboard column. Well, currently they are set to off. So what that means is it's only going to play the sound that is currently highlighted. So cursor down. And what I want to do is have them all play simultaneously. So all I have to do is highlight part 1 keyboard, turn it on, highlight part 2 keyboard, turn it on, highlight part 3. So I've only used 3 patches, but I could technically use up to 16 as long as polyphony will allow. And remember, polyphony is how many notes can be played simultaneously. And the Roland Juno-DS can do up to 128. So keep that in mind. Now that we have that, let's give it a listen. Everything is there. Sounds okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to write it and save it. Don't worry, we're not done creating, but I highly suggest that you save often, okay? Because you could get distracted, get a phone call, email, text, or whatever, and you can accidentally get out of this, and since this is not currently saved, everything that you've done will be gone. Here, check it out. If I were to exit from here, and I'm pressing exit, if we look up, we see an asterisk in the performance name. So initialize, but there's an asterisk. So that means if I were to accidentally go to another performance or hit patch or do anything else, nothing that I've currently done will be saved. So that is why we write often. So I'm going to press the right button, and it's a performance. I'm going to press enter, and I might want to go ahead and just change it. So I can go ahead and I might call this church. Right here. And if I want to go lowercase, I just press down or up for upper or lowercase. And Let's do it almost done. And we only have 12 characters, so you might have to abbreviate. There we go. Good. All right, so church perform. Now, if you find that you wanted to insert or delete some of the characters, you can press the menu button and you get the option to insert or delete, and you can cursor and then just press the enter to bring them in or bring them out. Okay, so we're going to leave it right there for now. And let's see. Yep, that's all 12. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and delete right here. We don't need those characters. And I might go ahead and call this, let's exit. I might call this church perform. And we're going to do it to a number 1. Okay, now press enter. Now the keyboard's going to ask you, where do you want to put this? Well, I'm pretty cool here, but we have all these other users we can use, but I'm good with it being, let's put it started at number 20. Yeah, that's fine. So there's something there, but it was probably nothing. But press enter. And are you sure? Yes, I am sure. And okay. All right, now that performance has been written, let's get back to work. So once again, to go in and edit, I can press the menu button. Make sure edit is highlighted, press enter, and I'm going to go into performance edit. All right, so performance edit. We have the basic sounds, that's great. I'm going to cursor back up and highlight patch. I'm going to cursor over to level because all the levels or volumes aren't currently where I want them to be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take down the supporting sounds because the main focus of this particular performance that we're creating is going to be the JV. Okay, so I'm going to have this play and I'm going to slowly bring up that string. All right, that's pretty good. This is to taste, flavor to taste, so however you want to set it up. Now I'll bring up that voice. Great, a little bit of voice. Still, once again, I have that JV Rhodes as the dominant. Now I'm going to cursor over to pitch. On this particular unit, it's a 61. So it might be a little bit higher in the octave than I would normally like. And maybe I don't want to have to press the octave button. So I can go ahead and save this performance 1 octave lower. So I'm going to come into here and highlight part 1, go down 1 octave. So now you hear the JV down 1 octave versus the other two, which are at their natural octave. So if we just take a listen, that might be a nice sound. Or we can go ahead and lower the other two down 1 octave. And now let's give them a listen. So that's pretty cool. Now that I've done that, we can press the right button. Once again, performance right, press enter. And this is the church performance 1, which we've been working on. So that's perfect. And we're going to put it in the same spot. And are you sure? Yes. Okay. Great. Now that that's written, I have a basic church performance 01, which is the JV EP, which is the strings, and which is a chorus. So that easily we can create a performance which is a layer from 2 to 16 patches that you can use live. All right, take a look at this, take your time, have fun with your own sounds, and then also adjust all of your own settings in there. All right, I hope this helps you guys out. You take care, and we'll talk to you later.